And up next, we got Alan Patrick taking on Mason Jones. Alan coming in here, 37 years old. They're doing this one at lightweight. He is 5'11", 74-inch reach. The comeback for Mason Jones, he is 26 years old, 5'10", with the 72-inch reach. So he's going to have a 2-inch reach disadvantage here. Looking at Alan's last couple fights, man, he does not look good, man. What can we say? His last fight was against Bobby Green. That was about almost 9 months ago. So it's been quite a while already, and he's 37 years old, like I said, so he's not getting any younger. He should be trying to squeeze those fights in as soon as possible. But yeah, he did lose that fight to Bobby Green, in which he was getting taken down, and that's that man's wheelhouse, more or less, and he was losing at it to Bobby Green, of all people. Bobby Green's a striker at heart, so it's kind of disheartening to see that he couldn't get that done, and it's good to know moving forward. The fight before that, he did take a big L to Scott Holtzman, where he got pounded out from top. It was a good finish. He did last until the third round, but other than that, it was kind of lackluster until then. He does have a win over Damir Hadzovic and Stevie Ray. Those fights, though, are going back from 2018 to 2016. So those days are far gone, man, I believe. The comeback on Mason, the young Welsh fighter. His last fight against Mike Davis was a great fight. I do know they got fight of the night for that one. And it was not a controversial decision, but it could have went either way, and you wouldn't have been mad at it. And Mike Davis is a savage, man. So that's it's not a bad loss. His stock kind of rose in that loss, so it's kind of rare when that does happen. Before that, he was in Cage Warriors, where he was undefeated, man. He was just on a roll. Submissions, and he doesn't have any submissions to his names, but he does have decisions and a few knockouts and whatnot. So he can go the distance, and he does get people out of there early and often, man. So Mason on this one, I believe he is one of my more confident picks. I don't see how Allen will offer anything for him that he hasn't seen. Any strikes, I believe Mason will just walk right through him and answer back. And yeah, man, I'm seeing a TKO against Patrick here. What do you think?
Yeah, so for Alan Patrick, 15-3 out of X Gym. Patrick is the longer, rangier fighter. He's decent everywhere the fight goes, but he tends to leave it in the judges' hands too much for my liking. Not sure. I've heard a couple different things as well. I'm not sure if this is lightweight or welterweight. I've heard 55, 70, depending on I guess where you're looking at. If this is at 170, I think it's going to be a long night for Patrick. I think it is either way, but especially if it goes at 170. For Mason, 10-1 coming in here. Good young prospect, 26 years old. He's an exciting fighter. He loves to bang. Like you mentioned, he was a Cage Warriors 2-division champ at 55 and 170. Coming off his first loss, and what you mentioned was a tough one. Could have went either way. And he has a ton of upside. He will be the bigger, stronger fighter in this bout, and he should be able to get it done, man. I think he has just a lot more upside. Since Patrick's been in the UFC, I think he's 5-3 in the UFC. Biggest win was against John Medeski, and that was back in 2014. We're talking ages ago. So he's just. I think we've seen the best of Alan Patrick, and Mason Jones is. I think it's his for the taking. Alan is plus 240 in this fight, and they got Mason the Dragon Jones at minus 300. So he is a big favorite, but he's definitely worth putting in your parlays here. I love Mason on this one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. Mason's the real deal. He's not going to be like a champion in the next few years or anything, but I do see him cracking the top 10 eventually, and that's a far cry from anything Patrick's has accomplished yet. And I'm not trying to shit on the guy or anything. I'm just being real here. So yeah, I like Mason. I like him straight up. I like him in a parlay. He might even be live for a late round finish. You never know. Definitely want to see the weigh-in, see how much bigger he actually looks than him. But yeah, I'm all in on Mason on this one.
All right, Mason Jones for the win.